Yo, what's going on, guys? Bexio back, and today we've got a brand new video talking about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin crash that has just happened, and Bitcoin is over. No, but for real, Bitcoin is having a healthy correction. There is nothing to be worried about with this move. A slight pullback. It is healthy, and I just want to cover a video making like raw points talking about this price action, because the exact same thing happened 1 month ago, and I got the exact same messages 1 month ago when Bitcoin went from, it was like 38K back to 29K and then sprung back up. So clearly people haven't learned that Bitcoin has these big moves, especially in a bull market. It has 30% corrections on single pullbacks. So all of this is completely healthy and no reason to panic. Bitcoin does what it's going to do, and the market is just simply having a healthy pullback. It would be extremely unhealthy to just keep rocketing up like it has been. So for a lot of people saying they wanted to buy the dip, or they wish that they would have got in Bitcoin sub $50,000 when it was 57, now is your chance to do it. I tweeted that out saying, remember that time you said you wish you bought Bitcoin? Well, now's that time. So a little Twitter plug. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I tweet about a bunch of stuff, but Bitcoin is the main topic right now, and a lot of people are really overreacting to this news. So here you can see Plan B on Twitter. He does the stock to flow models for Bitcoin. Obviously, his tweet being the Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not selling. So it is, so obviously the OGs in the space, the people who didn't just get in within this month, and have experienced these drops, have been through this stuff, know that it's normal and it is not worrying to them that this is happening. So a lot of other people, newer people to this space, just need to warm up to that Bitcoin moves like this. It's a very new asset, and even though it hit $1 trillion market cap, now well under that, but it is a brand new asset. It is so early in Bitcoin that this is why it moves up and down so violently sometimes. And then I like this chart too, tweeted from Documenting BTC. A lot of these Twitter accounts have a lot of good information with Bitcoin, and they tweet things out instantly when things happen. I love to read about it when Bitcoin has news. But so this chart is obviously make-believe, but this is what people do with Bitcoin. You know, you see this line, everyone says they'll wait for the dip, and it dips, and then they'll say, maybe it'll go lower, and then it goes back up, and they say, well, I gotta wait for the dip now, and then it dips, but not as far, because it's a higher, establishing a higher low. And they don't buy it still, and it goes up, and then they say the same thing, and it goes and goes until they finally buy in. And by the time they make that decision, the price is up here where they could have bought in down here, but they just wanted to buy the dip to feel like they're getting a deal. So whenever you're buying Bitcoin, any investment in general, honestly, what I do is just dollar cost average in. Just make sure you are buying consistently. Doesn't matter what the price is. If it's high that day, low that day, it doesn't matter. As long as you are consistently buying in with a long-term outlook, like 5 to 10 years, and you will be fine. You will be set. Bitcoin has proven over even the last decade that it was the best performing asset, and it has that chance to do the same thing this decade. And then obviously this correction of Bitcoin means it will make steady gains for a while. Parabolic price explosion will happen from a much higher base. Bullish. Obviously, so this is what I was kind of talking about before, where you can't just have a straight line up. Nothing goes up forever. Everything will have corrections. And a healthy way to make a healthy market is to have it go up, and then when it comes down, it doesn't hit where it originally went up from. So it establishes a higher low and then goes back up from there. So it's taking off from a higher base, which means the price action will be higher in theory, and everyone hopes. But with Bitcoin, that's what it's doing right now. It's not dropping to, if it dropped back to 29K, which it entered the month in, then we'd have maybe a bit more of a problem going on in the Bitcoin market, even though I still wouldn't care because I'm long Bitcoin. So, but that's an idea that why Bitcoin's still bullish. These corrections are very healthy and understood that they're going to happen. And then obviously you have the Fed's input on Bitcoin, saying Bitcoin is risky, yet thinks printing $4 trillion in a year is totally safe policy. Obviously, if people aren't aware or nervous about the printing that's going on, the money just being printed and put into the economy is actually just ridiculous, the amount of money that is going in. I think we're closing in on like $6 trillion of money that's been printed in stimulus bills, relief bills, and everything else that's gone on. And there's another call for a $3 trillion stimulus bill after the 1.9 that's passed or going to pass in some time. But there is small talks of another $3 trillion bill. That would be $9 trillion printed in the year from the year 2020 to 2021. That is ridiculous. That devalues the dollar and the money that you are saving. So it's going to affect everybody, and it's just going to have major consequences once money starts moving around the economy. Right now, the M2 supply, money movement around the economy, isn't happening. So that's why we're not seeing massive inflation yet. But I think we're going to see massive inflation. And we have Bitcoin will have a $6 trillion market cap within 5 years. So that was ARK Invest. She actually predicted Tesla's move to, I think it was $4,000 a share, whatever, or 2,000. So they predicted Tesla's move. I forget, whatever the top of Tesla was before the split. ARK Invest actually predicted that early when Tesla was a couple $100 a share. They predicted the top of Tesla. Not the top, but they predicted that Tesla would go there, and they were bang on right, and people were calling them crazy, saying there is no way that Tesla gets to that valuation and everything like that, and it did. So let's see. So Bitcoin with a $6 trillion market cap would put each Bitcoin at around $321,000 a coin, just about, with the coins that are in circulation now. So obviously they're very bullish on Bitcoin as well. They think Bitcoin is going to have a $6 trillion market cap. Michael Saylor talks about the market cap of Bitcoin swallowing golds very shortly. That would be 10 trillion. And then he says it can go even further with the currency market caps and like everything that he talks about. He has great interviews, but he talked about a $100 trillion market cap for Bitcoin, and that would be insane. That would be millions of dollars per Bitcoin. I would love to see it, and I think it can happen. I think Bitcoin can take over and run the world, but that's not going to happen in 1 year, and it's not going to happen on a straight line up. It is going to have dips. It's going to be volatile, and the people who are willing to hold on and not sell and not panic are going to be the ones rewarded, and the ones that panic and sell at like drops like this are the ones who are going to wish that they didn't. And then finally, we've got, are we going to go through this every time Bitcoin drops? It gets exhausting, and it really does. I mean, people want the got you moment and the I told you so of Bitcoin dropping, but they don't ever react the other way when Bitcoin goes back up to 57 or 60, and then Bitcoin can break 80,000 on this next run that it takes on. So a lot of people who aren't involved in Bitcoin, I know a lot of people who don't have Bitcoin saying, you know, I told you so. Like, Bitcoin's going nowhere. It dropped. Why would you ever hold this? And it's good for you if you want that gotcha moment, but you don't have any money in Bitcoin. So if you're not exposed to it and you're only looking for a I told you so moment, then congrats, you get it for like a day. And then when it recovers and stuff, everyone goes quiet again until, you know, it goes to 80K and drops to 65, and then people are going to be freaking out again, saying that the same exact things they're saying now. So hopefully are in this Bitcoin bull market. Don't freak out. Don't get scared. These Bitcoin pullbacks are perfectly normal. They are fine, and they are healthy for a bull market with Bitcoin. The previous bull market in Bitcoin had 36 to 38% drops like 7 times on the way up. So this is nothing new. This happens all the time, and Bitcoin's going to do what Bitcoin does. And you are either going to go along for the ride with it or look back and probably wish you did. So a lot of buying opportunity now that I don't think too many people are going to take advantage of. But we'll see what happens. I think that this is perfectly fine and it's healthy. But let me know what you guys think of this Bitcoin bull market pullback or drop or the Bitcoin crash. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.